Hello, everyone. Just getting started. Couple more minutes. See if anybody pops on. All right, so we'll get started, and then we'll just add people as we go here. How is everyone? I hope everybody had a good weekend. I had an interesting weekend. My dog had 3 seizures yesterday. So my heart is a little bit broken and I'm extremely tired. So if I seem off today, it's because I definitely am. Got very little sleep the last few nights, but she's doing all right. Gonna bring her in for more testing this afternoon. So we're hoping everything pans out, and who knows, we'll see. Anyways, so hope you guys all had a good weekend. All right, I'm gonna share the screen here. And hang on one second. I'm on a different computer, so it's making me do something different that I haven't seen. Okay, maybe I need to check that. Sorry, guys. Hang on. Okay, I guess I can't share the screen. I don't know how to figure it out right now. Of course, of all times, to make me try to figure out something on the fly. Okay, so hopefully you can hear me. We'll just get started. So sorry, I guess there will be no video, but you'll be able to hear me. And maybe I'll re-record this so we can post one with the videos. Okay, well, let's get going here. So we had a few questions come in, not too many, but we'll get through them. All right, so somebody sent in a question asking if they could order the Merck Panacure granules, 22%, 222 milligrams per gram. So 1 pound containers instead of the individual packets like we sell. So you apparently can buy the granules in a 1 pound container instead of the packets. So yes, that is absolutely fine. You can order that. And then obviously you'll just have to figure out how much. I'm assuming they'll put in a scoop or something, or they'll indicate the dosage. So 1 packet of the fenbendazole that we sell, each packet, you get them in a box of 3. Each packet is 1 gram. So you're going to want to, adjust the dose accordingly. Okay. Next question. I read in an article that says, this is a quote here, HBOT, so hyperbaric oxygen therapy, increases the stem cell circulation by like 8 times and also increases the oxygen concentration of tissue by like 20 times. So that really turns on healing throughout the body. Can you help me understand? I read on the Connors Clinic blog about the benefit of deoxygenating the tumor environment. But is this increase in stem cell circulation only non-cancerous, or is this a risk for increasing cancer stem cell circulation? I'm looking more into my VEGF tumor suppressor genes, tumor suppressor gene function, and whether HBOT is good to oxygenate or not because of increased tumor suppressor area. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about hyperbaric oxygen therapy. So hyperbaric oxygen therapy is you get inside of a tube, it's 100% oxygen, and then it's under pressure. So it kind of forces the I'm gonna admit people are joining in right now. Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. I know some of you just jumped on, and I apologize. I'm on a different computer and I it's not letting me share the screen. So it's just audio and I don't, I don't know how to fix it this second. So I apologize for that. Let's see, now I have to get back. Okay, so the question was regarding hyperbaric oxygen therapy and whether it's saying that it increases cell circulation. Does it increase just healthy cell? Does it increase cancerous, stem cell circulation? So hyperbaric oxygen therapy, it's 100% oxygen, forces it into your tissue. It's under pressure. So you are going to oxygenate your tissue. Your whole body is receiving oxygen. We've always, recommended it as a cancer therapy. It's different than what this person is referring to by not wanting to stimulate the VEGF tumor suppressor gene. The VEGF tumor suppressor gene, that stands for vascular endothelial growth factor. So what that is sending, basically VEGF stimulates nitric oxide to increase blood vessel supply to whatever tissue it's trying to heal. And so this is great for, normal healing process, but of course we don't want to be stimulating VEGF. Could increase angiogenesis or blood vessel growth to tumor cells. So we do not want that. So if you've had your genetics interpreted by us and we've highlighted the VEGF tumor suppressor gene, we've asked you, there's a few things that you can do. One of them is not to eat kale. Kale is high in nitric oxide. So we don't want you to be having things that are high in nitric oxide, again, because nitric oxide is helping to encourage the growth of the vascular system. And in regular tissue healing, that's good. We need those blood vessels to supply that area to provide the healing nutrients to that area. But again, we don't want that for cancer. So VEGF and stimulating nitric oxide is different than hyperbaric oxygen therapy, where we're just getting oxygen to the tissue. So we're not increasing blood vessel growth to the tissue. We're just oxygenating the tissue. So that, yes, is helpful for healing, but it is not good for cancer, which is what we want. We want to create an environment that cancer doesn't like. Cancer thrives in a hypoxic environment, so a low oxygen environment. So by giving oxygen to that environment, we are doing something that cancer doesn't like, creating an unstable environment for cancer growth. So that is a good thing. So, hyperbaric oxygen therapy is great for cancer. I'm sure, just like I think Dr. Connors talked about it in one of the last couple of Zoom calls, that, taking one article or one study and then basing your decision off of that just one article, it's not good. You honestly can probably find a study or article to support whatever your belief is. So, looking at a few different articles, getting, multiple opinions, which is exactly what this person is doing, getting her opinion. So that's great. But then ultimately making their own decision. So like I said, we've always recommended hyperbaric oxygen therapy as a great therapy for cancer patients. It's really good for some cancers like brain cancer. The benefit of this comes in when you're doing it on a pretty regular basis. So one hyperbaric session is not likely to, provide huge improvement or anything. You need to kind of do it regularly to help oxygenate the tissue. So, again, different from the VEGF tumor suppressor gene. So you're not increasing VEGF by using hyperbaric oxygen therapy. All right. Next question, is it possible that the 5/8, so May 18th program updates pushed me too far, detoxed too quickly? So this person is referring to, they had their original set of programs and then we sent out the update, like we did for most of you, probably received the update. Some of you didn't need it. So they're asking because since they were running those programs, they have developed some gout. This person developed some gout in his knee. So he was experiencing some extreme pain. Turns out it's related to gout. So he's wondering, could I have detoxed too quickly? Do we need to readjust the programs or just stay on the original? So it's possible to have detoxed really quickly. The Rife is obviously programmed to target cancer cells. It's not necessarily directly killing cancer cells, but it's stimulating an immune response. So your body is alerted to those cells and it can go in and attack it. So there could be, yes, obviously there could be some tumor cell, some lysis. That's what we want, is those for those tumor cells to die. Do we need to readjust the programs or just stay on the original? Just stay with the programs, with the new programs. The new programs are not that different. They're not different frequencies than the original programs. It's just organized in a different way so the software can interpret it. So, you know, we may have condensed something. Some of you may have had, you know, a 2 or 3 week program, and it may now just be a 1 week program. So we've condensed some things. So in that, from that perspective, you might be getting more frequencies specific to your cancer diagnosis, or at least more time on those frequencies versus older programs. So I mean, it is possible that you could be detoxing too quickly because you could be, you know, potentially killing those cancer cells rapidly. And so this person is saying, in the past, I've heard that intense cellular breakdown can form uric acid. Is this true? Do you think that the treatment was breaking down the cancer cells too fast and creating the uric acid buildup that ended up creating gout in the knee? It is possible. So uric acid is, you know, released upon tumor lysis, among other things. And the body does have to break that down and get rid of it. And so if your kidneys cannot keep up with that process, if there is that excess and your kidneys can't keep up, then yes, we can have some symptoms of inflammation, you know, or potentially gout. So I would think that this maybe wouldn't happen so much with the Rife. It might be more likely to happen if you were actually doing chemotherapy, you know, because there's more cell die-off and there is, you know, healthy cell die-off when you're doing chemotherapy. So in the 5 years that I've worked here, I haven't heard of somebody you know, running their programs and then developing gout. Certainly, you know, there's some inflammatory response that's desired, but specific to gout and buildup of uric acid, I haven't heard of that, but it's not obviously out of the realm of possibility. It certainly could happen. And certainly if kidney function is not optimal, that could also be a contributing cause. So you might want to get some lab work done to check kidney function, make sure everything is okay there. Certainly stay hydrated to help flush the system, decrease foods that can increase uric acid. So animal protein, alcohol. I'm pretty sure that this person is not doing, you know, a lot of those things. They're aware, and so not eating the things that can increase uric acid. So I would say, you know, just like I said, stay hydrated, maybe do some lab work, certainly continue with the Rife, but, you know, maybe, you know, do a shorter amount of time. I don't know. I mean, I know this person took a break from the Rife and is still experiencing some issues. And Dr. Connors encouraged him to start it back up. So I mean, we just don't know for sure if it's from the Rife or not. And certainly the Rife therapy is targeted to help with cancer. So that's the priority. So let us know if you do run some labs, send those in to our email address, labs@connorsclinic.com, and we can check those out. Okay. I do believe we are supposed to do another cheek swab at the end of July. Could you please send that? So this I just put in here as a reminder. The cheek swabs are available on our website. They're free of charge. There's no shipping charge. So you can go on our web store and just search cheek swab and place an order for them. And they will obviously be shipped to your house. Certainly you can add it to any order of supplements that you're purchasing, but they are available on the web store. So at any time you can order yourself some cheek swabs. We send them in a quantity of 3. But then also I wanted to remind people that your binder, we did send 3 cheek swabs in the front flap of the binder. So you might already have some, so check there. If you don't have any, then you can certainly go to the web store and place an order for that. And then they are asking, do you think that we will stay on the Protocell 23? If so, may I order 2 at a time versus 1? So you really are staying on your protocol until we do the retest. And then depending on what comes up in retesting, you would either remain on it or not. So I don't know the answer. I don't know if you will be remaining on it or not. We won't know until we complete that cheek swab testing again. So I know that obviously the Protocell is very expensive. So I would just wait until we get that cheek swab and do the retest before you're ordering anymore. And you certainly can order 2 at a time versus 1. All right, I realize that coffee enemas are recommended. As I mentioned earlier, I don't believe I can do those without running into accidents happening. I move much too slowly right now. However, I have looked at the possibility of using essential oils in a carrier oil as a suppository in place of the coffee enemas. It looks like that could be a possibility. I realize that the essential oils used would need to be those that could be used internally. What are your thoughts on pursuing this approach? So my thoughts are, the reason that we're doing coffee enemas is for 2 reasons. One of them is for detoxification. The other is to stimulate the vagus nerve. And if you're not familiar with that, then look in your binder. There's a few pages talking about vagus nerve and vagus nerve exercises. So coffee enemas, right. So they're not for everyone. Some people physically just can't do them. Dr. Connors did create a video on kind of the lazy man's way of performing a coffee enema. The instructions that we have sent that are in your binder are kind of the proper way to do coffee enemas. But again, not everybody can do them the proper way. So go to the membership site. And I know that Dr. Connors has put on there the lazy man's way to do a coffee enema, and he'll walk you through that. And it does not involve, lying down, but you still have to go from one spot to the other to sit on the toilet to void. So that might still not be an option for you, but you might take a look at that and see if that would be something that would be a little bit easier. And if that is not going to work for you, then certainly you could do an essential oil suppository. And, just by inserting a suppository, you are getting some stimulation of the vagus nerve. And depending on what oils you're using, you probably would be getting some detox benefit. So I would also encourage you to look at, again, the vagus nerve exercises. And if you're not doing the enemas, you can certainly do other things that are on that list, like gargling, singing, hot and cold therapy. So take a look at that list. And for the purpose of stimulating the vagus nerve, you might do some of those other things. I just don't know how much a suppository, would stimulate the vagus nerve. And I don't know how much it would allow for detoxing either. The other option would be castor oil packs over the liver. So castor oil packs are known to stimulate the vagus nerve, to help shift the nervous system into the parasympathetic branch, which is where we want you to be. in that rest, digest, and heal branch. So calm the nervous system. I guess I should say, I don't know if it's actually stimulating the vagus nerve or if it is just a different way to get you into that parasympathetic branch. Either case, the goal of stimulating the vagus nerve is to get you into that parasympathetic branch of the nervous system. Castor oil packs, they do that. They might not be doing it through stimulating the vagus nerve, but they do help you shift into that branch of the nervous system. And castor oil packs over the liver do help with detoxification. So castor oil packs would, I guess, really be my number 2 go-to if you are unable to do coffee enemas. And then certainly you could do a suppository of essential oils, once in a while, and you're probably getting benefit from that as well. All right, next question. I see that green tea is high in histamines. I have been taking green tea supplements, EGCG. So because green tea is labeled being high in histamines, I have stopped taking them. I have green tea as well and have ceased drinking it for the time being. It just seems like so many things that are good for fighting cancer are also high in histamines. So remember, the goal here is not to eliminate all things histamine. The goal is just to reduce the burden on the body. And we're never going to be able to 100% eliminate histamines. That's not the goal. So the goal is just to reduce the burden. So if we have told you or you tested for EGCG, then I would definitely still take it. EGCG is something that can block the enzyme, the DAO enzyme that is necessary to break down histamines. But I'm not sure, I've seen some studies saying that it actually doesn't. So it's kind of on this gray area of does it not? I don't know what the right answer is. I've seen things saying it does block the DAO enzyme. And then I just read something this morning saying that anything fermented teas will, be high in histamines, because anything fermented is going to be high in histamines. So don't do fermented tea, but the specific kind of tea leaf that creates the EGCG component is actually not high in histamines. So I think that it maybe could go either way. And yes, there is anti-cancer properties to it. It does support some of the tumor suppressor genes. So I personally would still take an EGCG supplement, especially if it has been recommended by us based on your genetics or based on testing. So I would still do that. Maybe just don't drink the green tea. So again, the goal is to reduce the burden, not to eliminate it altogether. So if you're eliminating most of the things that are on the high histamine list, that's great. You're reducing burden. So you can still take your EGCG. The other thing you could do is take the DAO enzyme. You can take that in supplement form to, break down histamines. So we use a product called Histoclear, provides you with the DAO enzyme. So you can take that with meals, or you can take that, if you're drinking green tea, and that again provides that enzyme to break histamines down. That actually brings us through the questions that came in. I don't know if anybody has any questions. If you chatted any, I don't see any chats that came through, but certainly if you have any questions, you can send them in the chat. Hopefully these things made sense for those of you that weren't quite on in the very beginning. I just mentioned that I haven't had much sleep in the last 2 nights, so please forgive me if I seem off, because I am. My dog has been having seizures. She doesn't have a history of seizures, but she had 3 grand mal seizures in the last 2 nights. And so I've had very little sleep It's very stressful to watch your little furry love go through that. I can't imagine, if you have kids with seizure disorders or a spouse or somebody. Obviously, seizures are common with brain tumors. And so some of our brain cancer patients, I'm sure, have experienced seizures. So not fun, very heartbreaking. And so I am a little off today, a little sad and a lot exhausted. So hopefully my answers still made sense. And part of the reason I can't figure out how to share the screen is because I'm on a different computer. So, any questions for me? And hopefully, if you did chat them in, wait, okay, I don't see any chatted in. So let's see here, make sure I got everything. I think so, guys. Don't see, oh, here comes a chat. Oh, thank you. Sorry to hear about your dog. Yeah. Gosh, it's just so sad to see the witness the, ugh. And of course it was happening at night. So now every time she falls asleep, I'm nervous. I'm like hovering over her, but she'll be okay. I have some more testing, some more investigation to do this afternoon. So, but thank you. No fun. She is old, I mean, she is 13, so she's had a great life. So if this is the beginning of the end, then we're prepared to just love her until it's time. I had a bird that had seizures. Oh, sad. It's so hard. Gosh, they're so little. Ugh. I'm getting ready to call to schedule a CT and PET scan. So all I take is the homeopathic to prepare for that. Yes, that's all you have to take. We do have a radiation kind of full protocol that I can send to you, kind of involving a few more things, certainly not necessary. The one thing we do recommend for sure would be the homeopathic dropper. But I can send you the radiation protocol, and you can do some of the additional things listed there. It goes through some extra Rife programs you can run, some extra detoxing things that you can do. Again, not necessary, but certainly you can take a look at that and do what you would like. So we're praying for you, praying that everything on the scans shows in your favor, in our favor. We're praying for you. Yes, so I will email that to you. If I forget, please email me, and you can give me a little email nudge if I forget, but my goal is I'll send that to you as soon as we get off here. Any other questions? All right. I don't see anything else coming in. So you guys all, oh, wait, I was on platinum-based chemo. Will the platinum detox from me? Yes, eventually it will. It's a process. So we certainly have to make sure all phases of detox are working. You can look at Dr. Connor's book, The 7 Phases of Detox. Certainly we're working on detox just from a cancer perspective. But there are some additional things that you can implement to help if you feel like you want to implement that. And so, yeah, yes, we can do some additional things there. And anything in the Rife that's related to detox can be helpful. So there is a search bar when you hit the open program button on your Rife software. You can scroll and look through the list of things, but there also is a little search bar. Maybe you've seen it. I don't know if anybody has actually utilized that, but you can search for keywords, for example, detox, and it will bring up a list of all of the Rife programs, including foot baths, that you can run that have the word detox in it. The other thing that you can do is, specific organ support, so liver support, kidney support, to help with detox as well. So you can find a lot of Rife programs to help with detox, bulb programs and foot bath programs, certainly coffee enemas, castor oil packs, gut health, making sure that you're not constipated. That's a big one. And Dr. Connor's book, The 7 Phases of Detox, walks you through in great detail all of the phases, and likely you're already doing a lot of the things mentioned in the book, but if we need to, we can certainly support with some additional things. All right. Any other questions? Thank you. I will get some rest. Yes, I'm in that mode where I can't sleep, even if I tried. But that will pass. I think after our appointment this afternoon, hopefully I'll feel better. At least we'll have some more information, and good or bad, just getting some more information so we can assess and figure out the plan. So that will be helpful. All right. Well, everyone, I am going to sign off. I hope that everybody has a wonderful day, and I apologize for not being able to share the screen. I'll get it figured out, so the next time I'm on this computer, it will work appropriately. All right, you guys have a good day. Thanks. Bye-bye.